Hey everybody, it's Stan aka Vimlossus, and we are back with another review for exclucollective.com, and today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Back in Black Deadpool. Now we all love Deadpool, we all love the mouth with the Merc? No, the mirth with the Malk, but now he has the symbiote abilities with his own, which makes him pretty damn cool. So we'll take a look at things like articulation, sculpting, price point, paint, and an overall. Let's see what kind of score we come up with. Now this is your standard Marvel Legends packaging. It's got the big window on the front. You see all the cool stuff he comes with. On the side it's got the comic renderings or art. On the back it's got the cool promotional shot with all this stuff down here. It says Deadpool. It's got the little bio up here. Just your standard stuff for your Marvel Legends, but I like this packaging because it has that 80s vibe to it, that 80s retro feel, which is when I was a kid and first started playing with toys. That doesn't give my age away a little bit. I was just a wee lad in the 80s. So this is the kind of packaging that I like to see. Really cool, really retro. But enough of the packaging. That's going in the garbage. Let's get them out of the box, take a look at them, and see what we got. Alright, and here he is all out of the box, and man, he is looking pretty damn cool with all the little tendrils coming out, the way they can hold the swords like that. And it's Deadpool. Man, how much awesome is it going to be? Even though this one looks like he's kind of picking his own butt. But hey, if you got tendrils, you can do what you want. But anyway, first impressions out of the box. It's okay. It's like any other Marvel Legends character we've seen. We've seen this body used many, many times. It does have a different paint job on it, obviously, but there are a lot of reuse parts, a lot of things that we've seen before, so it's nothing groundbreaking, nothing earth-shattering, nothing that makes me just jump out of my shoes and go, holy shit, this is cool. But it is a pretty decent character. He will look cool on the shelf. Now, he is a little back-heavy with those tendrils on there. He will stand, but when you put him on a rotating base, he likes to kind of fall over a lot. But either way, he's looking pretty cool. He will look good on the shelf and probably look really awesome in some pictures. So let's dive in and take a little more look in depth and detail into things like the sculpting, the paint, the articulation, the price point, and the overall. And we'll see what kind of score we come up with. I have a feeling he'll probably somewhere in the middle of the road. Not great, not bad, but pretty decent. Alright, so let's take a look. Alright, now taking a look at what comes in the box. He does come with quite a few accessories, which is cool. I like seeing Marvel Legends come with a lot of different stuff, or any character in general, not just Marvel Legends. This is where I usually start losing pieces because there's so many of them, but I think I have them all this time. So let's take a look at them. So in the box, he comes with obviously these cool little dual wielding. God, if I can grab it, that'd be great. He does come with these two swords. Now I believe these are just reused but repainted with a different blade material on here. I do like this purplish pink tone. Again, it kind of carries over that 80s retro style look, which is really nice. So he does come with this classic two swords that Deadpool usually comes with. Does come in the box. He comes with his standard Deadpool face, which is a little different. But it just has the black and white kind of deco to it. But then he also comes with the symbiote head, which has the really nice detail in there. The nice teeth going on. Somebody needs to see a dentist. But he does come with the two heads, which is cool. He does come with 3 sets of regular hands. One is a regular sword holding hand. And then he does come with the other sword holding hand for both. And then he also comes with the Spider-Man thwip hands, which is nice to see on a Deadpool character, because I've seen some Spider-Man figures that don't even come with this, so at least we get that. And then he also comes with the symbiote hands. Now these are, again, reuse ones we've seen from the Spider-Man Build-A-Figures wave. They're just the same exact things, but they're just painted differently. But still, they look pretty cool. There's no white on these, they're just all black. But then the main piece is the tendrils. Now again, these are reused, but they look really cool, and they look even better on Deadpool. I mean, he's just such a kick-ass character, and then you start adding in tendrils. Man, that makes him even cooler. So, nice little sculpting detail on here. Great, you know, they do have the ends where you can put the swords into. Now, they don't hold them tight. They do hold them just loose enough, but again, not bad. You can get him in there and get him in some cool poses, and you can put this around any way you want on his back, and you can rotate it and twist it and do what you need to do to it. But really nice detail in here. It looks really great. So he does come with some cool accessories. So let's see what else we can take a look at and get our final score. All right. All right, going over sculpting. It's the standard stuff we've seen. We've seen this body mold, I can't tell you how many different times. We've seen the Deadpool head, again, I don't know how many different times. So there's nothing new here, nothing out of the ordinary, besides obviously for the paint, which we'll get to in a minute. The only kind of cool new thing they have is the Deadpool little logo sculpted on right there, which looks really great in the silver and the black. But besides for the rest of that, it's, again, all stuff we've seen before. Same body detail, same muscular. So nothing new here. So we'll keep the sculpting here short because, again, stuff we've seen all the time. It's a good sculpt, don't get me wrong. Just after we've seen it so many times, we kind of get bored with it. So for sculpting, we'll give it an 8. Just because it is a good sculpt, but let's see something new for a change. Alright, taking a look at paint. Again, there's nothing fabulous here. There's nothing new. I mean, it's a new paint job, don't get me wrong. You know, we've seen Deadpool in the red, and we've seen him in the blue, and but we haven't seen him in the black and white, so this is good to have. And he does look really good, but it is just 2 colors. You have your black and you have your white. You got a little bit of silver here, but besides for that, not a lot going on. Now mine, it's got a lot of mistakes. On the front, looks pretty good, but as soon as you start moving them around, you see areas like here, which has your paint splotches going on. You see areas back here, which has paint splotches. Little dots here. So it's very sloppy all over. Even this line isn't very clean, isn't very straight. So while the paint job itself looks cool, if it was done well, it would look even better. I just can't pose them this way at all, because anything in the back and you're going to start seeing all these splotches everywhere. So the paint, not bad. I do like this version, this black and white version. I just wish it was a little bit cleaner. So for the paint, I'm only going to have to give it a 7, just because it's black with white, 2 colors, no paint wash, and even that they've messed up because there's so many splotches all over the place. And these are on the back, so obviously when I saw him in the store, I couldn't see how bad it was until I got him home and added a package. So for paint, we'll give it a 7. Alright, taking a look at articulation again. It's your standard Marvel Legends articulation, so it's pretty good. It's not the best, and it does have this joint, which you know I like the ball joints, but still, let's go over it really quickly. His head, he can bury his chin into his neck, can look up pretty far, that's really good. Obviously he can rotate, and not much side to side. Going down to the arms, you can go all the way around, can lift up past 90, that's pretty good. Upper arm rotation, followed by a double jointed elbow, but mine are really stiff, so he's really only getting about to there. No swivel, no lower arm rotation. The hands do spin, and of course, pivot. Now in the waist, he does have the ab crunch, which he can look down that far, can look back, about that far. No side to side, which is why I prefer a ball joint in there. He also does have waist rotation here, so you can look around and get that, but still no ball joint, so you can't get any of that side to side movement. Down in the legs, he does have the standard ball joint in there, so he can kick up that far. You can kick back that far. does have upper leg rotation, double jointed knees which come up all the way to there, lower boot cut, followed by the ankles which can move up to there, back pretty far, and of course they do have great ankle pivot. So the articulation, again, this is just your standard Marvel Legends stuff that we've seen over and over again. So it's pretty good, but nothing new here. So for articulation, we're going to give it an 8. All right, taking a look at price point. It's Marvel Legends. It's going to cost you $20. Again, that's a really good price, and especially with all these accessories and things that he comes with, the extra looks on the head. Now, I forgot to mention this head in the sculpting when we went over that in the paint, but this looks really, really nice. I love the sculpting detail in here, and I love this little detail of the eyes. It's kind of like little flames coming out, which looks pretty awesome to me. But anyways, for price point, you know, $20, he does come with a lot of accessories, some different hands, you know, the swords, the tendrils, the extra head. So that's pretty good. I think you're getting a really good deal on that. So for price point, we'll give it a 10 out of 10, just because of all the extra accessories. Even though it is a figure we've seen many, many times, just in a different paint job, still, it's pretty good. Alright, so overall, I really like this character. Now, I know we just went over a bunch of stuff, and I didn't give her very high scores, but that's mainly because it's reused stuff we've seen a million times. But the overall look of this character, man, is pretty awesome. I love the tendrils coming off of him, the paint color, the overall theme is amazing. So for that, for an overall, I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. Yes, he does have issues. He does have paint splotches, and it's all the same stuff we've seen over and over again. But you take all these reused parts, you put them together, you give them a different paint job, and voila, you've got yourself an awesome little figure here. I think he's going to look great sitting up on the shelf, and he's definitely going to look very cool in pictures. So for an overall, a 9 out of 10. It's not bad for just reused parts. If you see him out, go pick him up. Look for paint splotches like this. Unfortunately, like I said on mine, it was on the back, so I couldn't see them. But take a look at them because the paint is a little sloppy. But this paint, this new head on here, and the way you can display them in various options with the different hands and the tendrils and the swords and the different heads, give you a lot of really nice options. So not bad at all. I really do like them, even though my scores might not seem like it. I'm definitely glad I picked them up. So if you see them, head on out there and pick them up in the stores. All right, thanks. As always, head on over to excludecollector.com to see a full picture gallery of this guy right here, and stay tuned for more reviews. All right, peace.